Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're totally flipping the script on what you think you know about animal heroes. We all know the heartwarming stories of service animals and faithful rescue hounds, but today, we're looking way past the usual suspects. Get ready, because what we're going to uncover is going to completely shift your perspective on the animal kingdom.
So when you picture a hero, what actually pops into your head? You probably picture someone in a shining suit of armor, right? Or maybe a brave first responder, or even a fiercely loyal German shepherd ready to protect its family. These are the classic, conditioned images ingrained in our minds when we think of someone or something rushing to the rescue.
But here's the thing. While we expect those classic knights in armor or man's best friend, the reality is often completely different. We're talking pot-bellied pigs, barnyard cows, and massive wild elephants stepping up as literal lifesavers. They definitely don't fit the superhero mold, but their life-saving actions are just undeniable.
Let's start right in our own backyards with Part 1, Domestic Surprises, the Heroic Pig.
Okay, you have to hear this incredible sequence of events involving Lulu the potbelly pig. It's actually wild. So, her owner, Joanne, suffers a sudden and severe heart attack. Does Lulu panic? Nope. She actively seeks help by literally squeezing her bulky pig frame right through a tiny doggy door. And then, this is brilliant, she walks out to the road and just lays down in the dead center of traffic. It was this deliberate, desperate cry for help to force a passing car to stop.
And no way, that bold strategy actually worked. Somebody eventually slammed on the brakes for the pig lying in the road, figured out what was happening, and got Joanne the medical attention she desperately needed. She made a full recovery. And Lulu? Oh, you better believe she lived like a queen after that, absolutely reaping the rewards of being a pampered, well-fed hero.
Moving on to Part 2, the Barnyard Bodyguards.
This protective streak completely spills over into the pasture. Get this, there is actual footage of a loyal cow rushing in to save a child who's about to be flattened by a different charging cow, like a literal bovine bodyguard. And it's not just humans they protect either. There's a remarkable story of a pig sprinting into action to rescue a baby goat from danger. These farm animals are acting as vigilant sentinels.
So, hearing about these domesticated barnyard bodyguards naturally makes you wonder, right? Does this incredible protective instinct happen completely in the wild? Like, does it exist when humans aren't around to train, feed, or influence them at all?
Well, let's find out in Part 3, Empathy in the Wild.
You won't believe this one. In one of the most astonishing examples of cross-species empathy ever documented, an elephant actively intervened to save an antelope from drowning. Just think about the scale of that for a second. This wasn't a mother saving her baby. This was a massive, highly intelligent creature recognizing a totally different species in severe distress and making the conscious decision to step in.
And as the source perfectly notes, those trunks are multi-purpose tools. The elephant utilized its incredible anatomy, not for feeding or moving trees, but for gently and deliberately extracting a drowning animal out of the water. It's just a spectacular display of cognitive awareness, applied purely for a rescue mission.
Honestly, these wild team-ups happen way more often than we think, proving the wild is far more complex than some simple food chain. I mean, we've seen a monkey and a dog actively work together to pull a baby chick out of danger. We've seen a lioness jump in to save her human keeper from a sudden, unprovoked attack by another lion. And, perhaps craziest of all, a dog fiercely protecting a lion from a tiger. I know, it sounds like a cartoon, but these acts of cross-species protection are incredibly real.
Which brings us to our final section, Rethinking Animal Instincts.
If you take nothing else away from this explainer, let it be this completely transformed perspective. We really need to ditch the outdated idea that animals are just mechanical beings running on basic survival algorithms. The reality? They are capable of immense empathy and incredibly complex protective decisions. The evidence points to something much, much deeper than just a selfish drive to survive.
When you look at all these examples of everyday animals turning into literal heroes, it is just impossible to deny their capacity for profound empathy. They take huge risks that offer them absolutely zero biological advantage, simply to save another life. So the next time you think of a hero, or you're just watching an animal in a pasture, I want you to ask yourself something. If a pot-bellied pig can halt traffic to save a human heart attack victim, and an elephant will go out of its way to save a drowning antelope, how much of animal intelligence are we still severely underestimating? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. And definitely keep questioning what you think you know about the incredible minds of the animal kingdom.